Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of Norse mythology. These aren't just ancient stories, they're windows into how people long ago made sense of the universe, complete with powerful forces of nature, epic battles, and even some divine humor thrown in. Get ready to meet the top 5 Norse gods you need to know about. We're talking major players like Odin, Thor, and Loki, plus a few others who deserve just as much celestial spotlight. From the icy peaks of Asgard to the fiery depths of Muspelheim, we'll uncover what made these deities tick and how their tales still resonate with us today. Fasten your seatbelts, it's going to be a cosmic ride. First up, it's the big guy himself, Odin, the All-Father. Ruler of Asgard, the realm of the gods, Odin's got a lot on his plate, kind of like the universe itself, which is fitting since he's associated with wisdom, knowledge, and magic. And how far would you go for a little cosmic insight? Well, Odin once hung himself from the world tree Yggdrasil for 9 days and nights, pierced by his own spear. Talk about suffering for your art, this was for knowledge. Oh, and he also gave up one of his eyes for a sip from the well of Erd, the source of wisdom. I guess when you're dealing with cosmic wisdom, regular vision just doesn't cut it. You'll often see Odin depicted with 2 animal companions. There's Hugin and Munin, a couple of ravens representing thought and memory. They fly across the cosmos, gathering information for Odin, kind of like his own personal news network. Then there's Sleipnir, his 8-legged horse, capable of traveling between realms. That's right, 8 legs. Imagine trying to saddle that. It would be like trying to ride a spider, though I wouldn't recommend trying that either. Odin's a bit of a complicated character. He's a warrior god, connected with battle and victory, but he's also a poet and a magician, more interested in understanding the universe than ruling it through brute force. And like any good cosmic entity, Odin has his own little quirks. He has a magical spear, Gungnir, that never misses its target. Talk about an arm of precision. He also wears a magical ring, Draupnir, which drips 8 new rings every 9th night. I guess when you're the All-Father, you've got to accessorize accordingly. Odin's story is a reminder that even the most powerful beings are driven by a thirst for knowledge and understanding, and sometimes you have to be willing to make sacrifices to get it, even if it means losing an eye. Next, we've got everyone's favorite thunder god, Thor. You know him, you love him. He's the god of thunder, lightning, strength, and storms. And let's be real, he's the muscle of the Aesir, always ready to defend Asgard from any threats. Now, Thor is rarely seen without his trusty hammer, Mjolnir. This isn't your average hardware store hammer, folks. Mjolnir is a force of nature itself. It can level mountains, summon lightning storms, and always returns to Thor's hand after he throws it. Talk about a boomerang effect. But Mjolnir is more than just a weapon. It represents Thor's power, his connection to the natural world, and his role as protector. He's the kind of god who's not afraid to get his hands dirty, especially when it comes to defending humanity from giants and monsters. Speaking of giants, Thor's got a bit of a history with them. He's constantly battling these colossal beings who represent chaos and destruction, often accompanied by his loyal companion Loki. And let's not forget Thor's chariot pulled by 2 giant goats, Tangrisnir and Tangenjosta. Talk about horsepower. Imagine the off-road capabilities. You wouldn't need roads, you'd just drive straight over everything. But Thor's more than just a big, strong god. He's also known for his hearty appetite and his love of feasting. In one famous story, he even tries to drink the ocean. Now that's what I call being thirsty. Thor represents the raw power of nature, but also its protective qualities. He's a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, courage and determination can prevail. Plus, it never hurts to have a giant hammer on your side. Now, let's talk about everyone's favorite trickster, Loki. He's the god of mischief, fire, and, well, pretty much anything that involves a good prank. Loki is the adopted brother of Thor, and their relationship is complicated, to say the least. They're like siblings who love to prank each other, except their pranks have cosmic consequences. See, Loki's a master of disguise, a shapeshifter extraordinaire. He can transform into anything from a salmon to a fly to even, get this, an old woman. Talk about commitment to the bit. While Loki's known for causing trouble, he's also responsible for some pretty significant events in Norse mythology. He's often at the root of the problem, but he's also the one who helps fix it, usually with a healthy dose of trickery involved. He fathered some of the most fearsome creatures in Norse mythology, including the monstrous wolf Fenrir and the Midgard serpent Jormungandr, a serpent so large it encircles the world. Now, who orders a creature that big online? Talk about express shipping. But despite his mischievous nature, Loki's also a master strategist and a cunning negotiator. He can talk his way out of any situation, and often uses his wit to help the other gods. Loki's a reminder that things aren't always what they seem. Sometimes the most chaotic forces can bring about unexpected outcomes. And hey, life would be pretty boring without a little mischief, wouldn't it? Now, let's shift gears from the tricksters and thunder gods to someone who embodies beauty, love, and, well, a bit of battle too, Freyja. As a Vanir goddess, she's all about love, beauty, fertility, and magic. But don't let that fool you. She's also a fierce warrior who's not afraid to get her hands dirty on the battlefield. Freyja is often depicted riding a chariot pulled by two cats. Forget sports cars, folks, that's how you make a grand entrance. And speaking of grand entrances, Freyja also possesses a magical cloak of falcon feathers that allows her to shapeshift into a falcon. Talk about an aerodynamic upgrade. One of Freyja's most fascinating aspects is her connection to the afterlife. She presides over Folkvanga, a field of heroes where she receives half of the warriors who die in battle. The other half go to Valhalla with Odin. Freyja's story reminds us that strength and beauty aren't mutually exclusive. She embraces both her femininity and her power, proving that you don't have to choose between being a love goddess and a warrior. You can be both. Finally, we come to Tyr, the often overlooked but incredibly brave god of war and justice. Unlike the more impulsive Thor, Tyr represents a more strategic and just approach to warfare. He's known for his courage and sense of honor, always willing to put himself in harm's way for the greater good. Talk about a cosmic lawyer. His most famous tale involves the monstrous wolf Fenrir. The gods knew Fenrir was destined to break free during Ragnarok, the Norse apocalypse, and wreak havoc. So they decided to bind him, but Fenrir, understandably, wasn't too keen on the idea. Tyr, being the bravest of the gods, agreed to place his hand in Fenrir's mouth as a pledge of good faith while they bound him. And guess what? As soon as Fenrir realized he was trapped, he bit off Tyr's hand. Now that's dedication to justice. This act of self-sacrifice cemented Tyr's place as a symbol of courage and justice. He was willing to pay the ultimate price to protect the world from chaos. Tyr's story is a powerful reminder that true bravery involves putting the needs of others before your own, even when it comes at a great personal cost. He teaches us that justice requires sacrifice and a willingness to stand up for what's right, even in the face of danger. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating content on mythology and history. We've got a whole universe of stories to explore. Let us know in the comments which Norse god is your favorite. Are you Team Thor or Team Loki? Team Odin or Team Freyja? Or maybe you're a Tyr fan, appreciating the quiet dignity of courage and justice. Remember, these stories aren't just about gods and monsters, they're about the human experience writ large across the cosmos. They're about facing our fears, fighting for what we believe in, and seeking wisdom even when it's difficult. So, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep looking up at the stars. You never know what myths and legends you might find written across the universe.